Okay, time to have some fun and look at the gallery. This is where you're going to really start noticing some changes. So let's click on gallery. And as I mentioned before, um, your navigation is now all going to be kind of along the left-hand side of your screen. It used to be across the top. You would see albums and tags and connections, and now it's all along the side, and you actually have a few more options, and we're going to get into those in uh, upcoming videos. So, but today we're talking about the gallery, which if you remember, like with the library, this is the same thing. It just has a new name and a new look. So this is the one place where you have just one copy of each of those photos, videos, audios, anything that you upload to your account. And basically the purpose of the gallery is so that that picture has an address. It's a fixed address, and that's how the software is able to find the the picture when you look at tags and albums and whatnot. It knows what the address is for that picture. So, and that address is its specific place in the gallery. And by default, your gallery is sorted by the date that your photos are taken. You can change that up here in filters. We're going to talk just briefly about that right now, and then I'm going to do something more in depth on filters here coming up also. But one of the things you'll notice about the gallery is that now it's really kind of a relief that we get to see all of our pictures in the orientation that they were shot. So it used to be that the gallery showed just square block pictures of everything you took, and you had to click on it in order to tell if it was a landscape or a portrait style photo. And now that is not an issue. You can see that each of these pictures, this one's clearly landscape and that one's clearly portrait, and everything is kind of shown here in the orientation that it was taken, which is really nice because then you can see what it is that you're actually looking at. And if you'll notice up here on the right hand side, we've got a nice little button. It used to kind of be over to the left, but for if you wanted to upload things, like say from your computer, since I'm doing this from a browser, you can use this button here and you can create a slideshow there, which I'm not going to go over today. And there used to be a search bar that was a little bit more towards the middle of the screen, but now it's moved over here. But these blocks are slightly different. You can now find, you can show as many pictures on the screen or as few as you want, kind of based on which of these options you take. This is, I'm kind of showing the middle version, which is uh, pretty big in my opinion, but if you clicked on this one with all the smaller dots, you're going to see more pictures on your screen because they're taking up a smaller space. If you really like to see them large, you click on the one to the far right and it'll really blow those up so that you can clearly see what it is that you've got going on in your gallery. I kind of choose to go middle of the road there because I don't see that well, so small isn't necessarily helpful, but I want to see a little bit more on my screen. And then you'll notice that all of the other things, we used to have a drop down over here so that we could select, you know, showing all of our content in our gallery, or filter it for just videos or just audios or whatever. That has all moved over here to where it says filters. And I'm just going to briefly run through filters here really quick. Everything is housed in the same place now, which is kind of great. You click on that filters, and let's say I had favorited some of my pictures. I can click on that, and now it's going to sort all of my pictures by the favorites. And so if I want to just see all my favorites, I'll click on this blue bar here that says show 50 plus results, and you can see I can see all of the ones that I added a heart to. So let's say I'm going to clear that filter and come back here to filters. I can also, this is one of the drop downs that used to be up on the top left of the screen, the sort by. And as I said, it defaults to date taken newest first, but I could change that to date taken oldest first, so it shows me all of my older pictures. Or I can do it by upload date. So let's say I've had a lot of scanned pictures that I've entered lately. I could actually, or I just uploaded older pictures, but I wanted to look at the ones that I just uploaded, and they might be for different years. Upload date newest first is really helpful for that because it helps you see what you've just added, whether it's dated for, you know, 50 years ago or, you know, last week. And you can also go by oldest upload date or by names. I don't rename my pictures, so these don't help me in an immense amount, but I like to keep mine on date taken newest first by default because it just helps me out there. You can also sort by media type. So let's say that I just wanted to see my videos. I can click on that, and then it would show me, I have to click on this show 50 results button in order for this to clear and me to work in here. You can kind of see everything's grayed out right now. The filter's not really selected until I click on that. Let's say I wanted, actually, I took that off, so I clicked on it again and now it's not blue. So the one that's selected will be actually, I guess, black. If I just wanted to see my audios, find them really quickly, I can do it this way. If I wanted to see my projects, you can see here I've got both audio and projects selected, so my audios are selected here now too. But I'm going to deselect those. And then date taken, they've changed the date range selector, which I actually really like. So let's say I know exactly that I want to see pictures from last Christmas. I have to go to last year because Christmas hasn't happened yet, and go to December, and I can click apply, and that's now going to show me everything from December of last year. But again, remember, I've got to click on the show 50 plus results before I can go over here and start working with these pictures. So let me clear that filter, and we're going to skip over people because I'm going to do another video really shortly about facial recognition, and that's what people is. If you haven't got facial recognition and you click on this, there will be nothing in there. So let's just skip that until I get to that one. But if you've worked in here before, you probably have tags, and this is the most fun part now, in my opinion. Let's see. I have kind of messed up my tags a little bit. So let's say I want to search by my oldest daughter. You can see I have like 3 different tags for her, which is not extremely helpful. This one has carried over from a really old way of organizing things that I had going on in Historian, and then I've been working on updating these. So let's say I'm going to pick just this one. And so you can see I haven't selected anything yet. I can actually pick another tag now if I want to narrow it down. Let me say mom, and this is going to be hopefully my mom and not me as mom. So I think it is. So now I've got 2 tags selected. So now if I hit show 50 plus results, it's going to actually show me any pictures that have both my daughter and my mom in them, which is kind of fun. See, there's a great one right there. So I can clear that filter, and again, you can play all sorts with this and just kind of see what you get. But just remember, you always have to click on the blue button at the bottom to be able to show what it is that you're filtering. So besides tags, you can also select by albums. So the reason to use this would be, let's say I still had my daughter selected here, and I want to show her in a specific album. I can then go, okay, I want to see her in the 2010s, we'll put it that way, and then I can show the results. And actually it's only showing me one result because I would need to go to a nested album to find more of her, and this is the picture that I have for the album cover for that 2010 album. So I'm going to get more into filters in a separate video just so that you can really see the power of this, but play around with it when you're looking for things, and it really can be pretty cool. So one last thing I'm going to show you in your gallery. If you wanted to bulk edit from here, we did that before. You can see I keep having these little arrows, these little check marks that are coming up. Let's say I wanted to add a tag or share something. I'm not going to share a picture of dirt. Let's see. I'm going to share a picture of my tomatoes. If I select that and I go up here along the top, you can see there's different things that pop up. There's a share icon, which I can actually click on that and just copy the link to share my tomato picture or a QR code, or I can email them. But let's say I could also download it this way. I can click download, and once I do this, I still get that same option we did before where I can download it with the metadata or without. Most of the time, if I'm not putting it in some other software, I do no thanks. It just makes it faster. I don't need the metadata for using it just, for a one-off. And remember, if you hit delete, it will put it in the delete bin for 60 days. So I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to delete it. But the biggest thing to notice here is this organize button. And from here, I can add this to an album. I can add a tag to it. I can add people to it, which again is about facial recognition. I'm going to talk about that soon. I can add it to my favorites, or I can bulk organize. So let me show you bulk organize, because one picture does not make bulk. So let's say I want to do all of these pictures. I'm going to select this one and come over here to this other one with all the tomatoes on the floor and hold down my shift key and hit select. And so all 5 of those are check marked. And now if I wanted to add, let's say, a tag to all 5 of these at the same time, I just go up to organize and I hit add tags, and I'm going to say, I'm just going to type in garden, and I'm going to add that tag to these. And now you can see one tag is selected, and I'll add that tag, and it just added it to all of those at the same time from my library. I can add them to an album the same way. And one other cool thing, you've noticed that there's the little check mark next to the date. If I wanted to add everything from that date and automatically just select it here, I can click on that, and everything from that date, see, I could have done it this way, would be selected. I didn't have to go select one and then select the end. So if I wanted all of these pictures on October 14th at the same time, all I have to do is hover and get this little check mark here and click it, and it selected all of those for me. So that's an easy way to go ahead and get these things added to albums or tags. I'm going to go into a lot more about that in some upcoming videos. So I hope this helps a little bit with navigating around here, and I will talk to you soon.